I'm Sarah, a certified professional life coach and host of Jackson Life podcast. In this episode, I have a special guest, friend, and Ramsey preferred coach, Mark Crader. Hey, Mark.
Hey, Sarah, thanks for inviting me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Absolutely. I'm super excited about this. Um, hey, tell us a little bit about your financial journey.
Yeah, so during my journey or life, I built up $323,000 worth of debt, and at the age of 50, realized that I needed to change. Something needed to change. I couldn't remain in the place that I was at, and very specifically, I can tell you, November 16th, 2016. I walked into a bathroom and just hung my head down and asked God to come into my life to give me the strength to handle the challenge that was in front of me. And for about 30 seconds, I prayed. He gave me the strength to raise my head, and at that point, my journey started, and it lasted for 5.5 years. I paid off all $323,000. That was 63 months of $5,000 a month during that journey. And so that's where it started for me. Um, through that through that process, I understood that I became discovered a man that was full of discipline, commitment, perseverance, and faith.
And I know that to be true working with you. Absolutely know that to be true. And I know working with you how passionate you truly are about coaching. But can you explain to those who are listening what drives your passion to coach?
Yeah, that is a fantastic question, Sarah. So, having experienced the debt that I had and the journey that I set out on, it gave me an understanding that what I was up against had rocked my core, and it had exposed me in ways that I didn't, I really didn't understand. And so, what I'm passionate about is understanding where people might be in their journey in their lives and the depths of stress, anxiety, not knowing what the next day is, and um, injecting hope, just letting them know that we can do this, you can do this, and I can help navigate you through this. And if you don't think that it's not achievable, I'll share and I'll pour anything that I can into you to give you the hope that, yeah, you can do this.
Absolutely. And how your story makes it so relatable for other people because when they know that you've gone through the walk they're starting, they're willing to listen, right?
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, what makes me relatable is that a lot of my clients and a lot of the people that I'm coaching can find that I'm relatable to their journey. That over the course of their lives, whether they're young, just starting out, or they're later on in life, that they didn't have the principles to not stay out from where they're at. And so it's the same thing for me. When I grew up in the 80s, and it was all about getting credit cards and getting credit scores. And I remember when I was 18 years old, the minute I turned 18, the very first next day, a Sears and Roebuck advertisement showed up for a credit card. And by the way, that was my first credit card.
So now when you see young people, do you cringe and go, don't do it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's just, it can spiral so quickly. And in being able to not spiral in that is understanding what it means to save, what it means to be a good steward of, and what God has given you and graced you with in your life, and how you spend that, and just being a good steward, following a
Right.
good set of principles, and understanding what your goals might be.
Absolutely. Can you explain to us what some challenges are that your clients are facing or have faced?
Yeah, fantastic question. So, um, the thing that I've noticed that has challenged my clients is that in order to change that pain point that I talked about in my journey, that point at which my core was rocked, the people and the challenges that I see mostly is that the desire to be out of that place, be out of that pain point, is may or may not be as strong as remaining in that place. In other words, yes, I want to change. I know it's going to be hard, and I'm not sure I can do it. And that part just encourages me to pour into them to let them know you're not staying here. This is this point in your life. There's more out there than staying where you're at. So let's go. And we've got a journey, and I'm going to be there. I will be your backstop as you go through this journey and help you navigate the challenges. But the the desire to not be in the place of pain has to be greater than the pain itself.
Yes. I tell people that all the time. When you get sick and tired of the pain, you have to come to the end of yourself and be so tired of it that you're willing to make a change. That nobody can do it but you. So if you
Yeah,
have someone who comes to you and says, "I'm afraid of changing," what would you tell them?
yeah. I'm going to ask them why. What is what are you afraid of? What and then a lot of times it can be the fact that they're afraid of success.
Right.
They know and have gotten used to where they're at, and they know what to expect. And so they remain there, and it kind of stuck. And how a coach comes in and encourages and injects hope is that point of encouraging my clients to stretch where they're at, and continue the journey and finish what you started. Because on the other side of this, life is financially completely different, and I know that firsthand.
And you and I both know that stretching can be painful, but doing nothing is detrimental to your future.
Yeah, exactly. I built debt for 32 years, and I this is the first time in my life that I have no debt other than my primary mortgage. Um,
Yeah.
and it's an amazing feeling. I can't stress that enough. Now I'm on that journey to paying off my primary home as well.
Yeah. But just being able to breathe a little easier, sleep a little better, right?
Yeah, and the options that it opens up, and having I think having the options, it was far worth the journey. And
Yeah.
um, it's not easy. I'm
It's not easy. It's not for the faint of heart. That's for sure. It's
it,
easy to do the same thing you've been doing year after year. And you just have to be willing to say, let's do it. I've had enough and we got to do it.
Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of some of the reasons why I named the company that I named it, Aspyre Coaching, because the why in Aspire is you. It's all about you. It's your story. And I'm just here to navigate it. I want you to be the hero in your story. Just
Yeah.
like I have a story, you're in the middle of writing your story.
Right. Can you share with us some of the greatest accomplishments you've got to witness through your clients' journeys?
Yeah, absolutely. If I can hold it together.
Yeah.
Um,
Go. Yeah.
Yeah, so one of the greatest things that I witnessed with one of my clients was a husband who had joined a coaching session, and we had walked through their finances. And then the following session, he opened up by saying, Mark, I had to apologize. And I said, okay, what do you mean? He goes, I realized after our first coaching session how I was treating my wife in regards to the finances. And he said it was such an eye opener and it was difficult for me, but I pulled her aside, sat down, and I apologized to her and laid out why, how he felt, and realized that how he was treating her with finances was wrong. And I having seen that and witnessed that, and in front of his wife, for a man to say, to come to the table like that and share that with his wife, and then have them both turn around and say, our marriage is stronger than it was ever before. And that is one of the greatest things. It inspired me to focus on premarital financial coaching with couples. And then another one, another case, this lady had about $30,000 worth of debt. She had the amount in her savings account, and she was afraid to take the step to pay it off. But she paid it off, and over the next 2 months, taking baby steps. And she came back around. She said, I've never felt more peace in my life, and I owe that to you. And it just seeing the actual coaching and the responses from people during that coaching is why I love coaching. It's being able to actually see the work that I'm doing happen for other people.
Yeah. Can you go a little bit deeper into how coaching others has impacted you?
Yeah, so that's a great question. My journey with Christ in my faith has, because of coaching, has taken on just a monumental difference. I'm now, who would have, I'm going to raise my hand because I never would have thought that I would have dove into specific books of the Bible and verses and journaled. Yes, I journal, and because I come across different phrases and different verses that I really want to learn more about. And the scope of that is based on how I can impact, or how I can make an impact with others, and get them to that core piece that's going to get them to change. And so that's how coaching has impacted me. It's driven me further, further and closer to Christ. And I just can't say that enough.
And, for those who may not have that relationship with Christ, that is for you and I both. We know this, that we couldn't have made it through our journeys, our
Right.
financial journeys, without him. He has made a significant difference. He's the rock that you have to stand on when times are hard and you think you can't make it anymore. So yeah, I absolutely agree with you. I want to go back. You touched on something a minute ago about your name. Can you delve a little deeper into your name? Because I love your name so much.
Yeah, it's Aspyre Coaching, and it's spelled Aspyre. And the tail of the Y kind of goes underneath the first three letters of the name. And that kind of represents a straight line, that you are moving in a straight line, and you're stuck in that, not getting the results you want until Aspyre kicks in, and you want to aspire that pain point that you've reached, that crossroads where you can't be in this place anymore. And at that point in time, that tail of that Y shoots directly up, and that is you at Aspyre Coaching. That Y is you. That Y is you decided that I can no longer stay in this location, and the journey that anything worthwhile is uphill, and it's upward. And until you get there. And I'm going to be there to coach you along the way. And so hopefully that it's a central focus on you.
And the trajectory, I can't talk, is different. And I tell people all the time, when you're looking at a mountain in front of you, you're never going to get to the top without taking the first step. You have to choose to intentionally take that first step.
Yeah,
Coaches can't take the first step for you. You have to make that first decision, right?
yeah, absolutely. And the results that I'm going to be here to navigate and inject hope and hopefully allow you to transform your life into a place that you don't want to be. But ultimately, the results are up for you. And the motivation, the internal motivation that you have and desire to not be where you're at is truly the encouragement of a coach pouring into you. And those of my clients that have embraced that have been successful. The brainstorming and the strategizing in my coaching sessions, it's as if we're all on the same team. We're all looking forward to things and into a certain path. But it's like a workshop environment that we're strategizing with each other and figuring out what's best for their lifestyles.
Right. How powerful has it been for you to have your own coach?
Oh my gosh. So in fact, I would not have made it through the last 7 months of my journey without the impact of a coach. And now I'm surrounded by wonderful people like yourself, just beautiful people, and that pour into me. And a coach needs a coach. Um,
Absolutely.
yeah, and so there's many times where I've been looking at, well, should I make this decision? Should I make that decision? And just in bringing my coach in to lay it out from their perspective, or being surrounded by a community of coaches and pouring into them and listening to their perspectives is invaluable. I cannot stress how great having a coach in my life has been. And for my clients that are single or even married, you don't have to do this alone.
Right. And explain, there's going to be some people that just don't understand really what a coach is. Can you give a little bit of background about what a coach truly is and what you help your clients do?
Yeah, absolutely. So a coach is here to help you get better with in this case, in your finances, but it can go beyond that. At the end of the day, the focus is on the present and where you are right now and where you want to be. Again, as I mentioned before, with Aspyre and the upward trajectory of the Y. This is where you're at on the tail of that Y, and this is where you want to be. So a coach is designed to inject the hope, navigate you through these obstacles. We can set goals over here, and that's great. But we're at point A right here, and in between is the obstacles that we need to overcome. The important part about being a coach and what a coach is understanding and reminding my clients where they're at today, presently, and where they want to be and what their goals are, what they look like, and then navigating those obstacles.
Absolutely. Can you also share your viewpoint on what a coach is not? Because I think sometimes it happens when we have clients call us and they think we're something else.
Yeah, uh, I remember one specifically. A coach is not a salesman. The heart of a coach is something that is much deeper than someone trying to sell something. And if that's how I was perceived, then I wouldn't be coaching, to be honest with you, because I know that watching the celebration and watching the admission of a husband with a wife and finding out that their marriage is stronger than it was ever before, that isn't I'm not going to sell that. That is way deeper than anything that comes across in the
Icing on
store.
the cake.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So a coach is not, it's important to understand that a coach is there to help you get better. And if that perspective doesn't come across to the clients, then that may not just, it just may not be a good fit.
Right. Absolutely. And we may have clients contact us and maybe we're not a good fit for them. If you have a client contact you and you go, you know what, maybe I'm not the right coach for you, will you help them find the right coach for them?
Absolutely. Because at the end of the day, I'm concerned about your well-being in getting to from where you're at and where you want to go. In fact, actually, I'm glad that you brought that up, Sarah, because I just attended an expo, and I'm filtering client leads and potential clients to other coaches to help their businesses. And I don't know a lot of people that would normally do that.
Yeah,
And so if I can help someone else grow, that just makes people around us stronger. And
absolutely.
I think one of the most important lessons in the Bible is love thy neighbor. And if you love people and you want to see them in a different place of where they're at right now, then it naturally comes easy to wanting to help them.
Absolutely. I think back to one of the first times that I met you and I heard your debt-free scream, and it was so powerful and it just screams freedom. And I want people that are listening to go find that. So can you tell people how to find you, your website, how to contact you when they're ready to make a change in their financial journey?
Yeah, absolutely. So I did my debt-free scream on November 22nd, 2022. And you can look that up on YouTube, search The Ramsey Show. I'm 19 minutes in, or a better and easier way is to go to my website, and that is Aspyre, ASPYRE, coaching.com. And scroll down and you'll see my debt-free screen that's on my website. And yeah, so you can also book a consultation. I offer a free consultation. Let's get in, let's figure this out. Where do you want to go? And where are you at and where do you want to go? Let's
Absolutely.
brainstorm. Yeah.
Absolutely. Do you have any final thoughts as we're winding down for someone who's maybe on the fence about hiring a coach?
Take the step. Take the step, because it takes a lot of courage, a lot and a lot of yeah, I think courage is the right word. It takes courage to take the step and just say, you know what, I need help. And there are people here to help you. Remember, I was $323,000 in debt. I raised my head and I took a step and I never looked back. And I want that for you. And I'll be here to navigate you through that.
I love it. Mark, thank you so much. I do have to say that for those of you who don't know Mark yet, I know him, and I too am I'm a life coach, but I'm also a financial coach, and I wouldn't hesitate to hire Mark. Mark is superior in knowledge compared to me in that area, and I recommend him all the time. So thank you for being here. I appreciate you. I appreciate our friendship, and I appreciate you being vulnerable and sharing your story so that you can help other people
Yeah,
have a glimpse of hope.
likewise, Sarah. Thank you so much. I mean, you're an amazing woman. I always ask myself, believe it or not, what would Sarah do in this situation? I always do that. So I honor our friendship. You're a beautiful person. And thank you so much for inviting me to this. God bless you and everyone here.
You too. Iron sharpens iron. So you never know. We may have to do another one of these and delve a little deeper.
Absolutely. Let's go.
Let's
Let's
go.
get some results.
Thanks, Mark.
You bet. God bless.